he's throwing a lot of tantrums and he's showing power to us. Never.
Are you the boss? This situation happens almost every day.
But once or twice
Oh.
a week. I'm emotionally very drained because of the household chores, my work life. At that time also, I understand that I'm the problem right now.
A person who has not read philosophy thinks that problem दूसरे में है. A person who has read a little bit of philosophy thinks कि problem मेरे में है. You know, we spend so much time in finding a source of a problem. I will sit with myself and I will imagine this scene happening in the evening. That now I'm going to snap at my child. And then I will think instead, what do I do the other 5 days? I'm not giving into reaction. I'm doing this response. What you're doing is changing the neural pathway in your brain. When I am hungry, when I am tired, I still want to remain calm. And I'm going to change my brain to do that. For anything that you want to change in your life, it will work, guaranteed. You just need 5 minutes a day.
So he's 4 years old. So at times what happens is now he's in an age wherein he is throwing a lot of tantrums and he's showing power to us. But at times what happens is
Are you the boss? What is your name? My name is Happy. What? Om. Oh, that's a beautiful name. Can you do Om? Do you do Om? Like, do you do that?
Huh?
Can you do that? Okay, thank you.
So at times what happens is I'm emotionally very drained because of the household chores, my work life.
Trained or drained?
Drained.
Okay.
Exhausted. I have started my own business, bakery business and everything. I'm not in a situation when at night after, he's hungry. I understand that he's hungry, but I have to prepare my dinner. Then only he'll be able to have his. So in that situation, he starts throwing tantrums. I'm not in a condition that I'm able to handle his tantrums and his continuous crying. How to keep calm?
How to be calm?
No, how to handle that situation as a parent?
So what happens in that? What time is it in the evening?
Maybe 8. I know that he's hungry. At that time also, I understand that I'm the problem right now. He's not. He's doing what he's supposed to do. But then I'm not able to handle the situation. So, and I'm alone in the house. We are just 3 of us. And he's working or whatever. He's not there.
This is interesting. I am alone in the house. We 3 are there. He is working.
We're in a nuclear family is what I'm saying. He is not at home and just me and him. Me and my child.
Yes. I love this. This is a short story. A person who has not read philosophy thinks that problem दूसरे में है कि ये tantrum throw कर रहा. A person who has read a little bit of philosophy thinks कि problem मेरे में है. I am the one who can't keep calm. You know, I have a problem. I am the master of philosophy. He knows there is no problem. There is no one who's responsible, which I find to be very beautiful. That there is, we spend so much time in what is right and what is wrong. Who is causing what is happening? In this cause and effect and right and wrong, we spend so much time in finding a source of a problem so that we can correct it, right? Whereas actually the final question you asked is the right one, which is how can I remain calm? Not in this situation, but in any situation. In any situation, how can I not react? क्योंकि वो खाना मांगता है, मैं थकी हुई तो मैं चिल्ला देती हूँ. कभी कभार फटका भी दे देती हूँ. ठीक है? No, not you, but many others. I think, and that's a wonderful question because it is not coming from the angle of a problem. It's coming from the angle of how can I remain calm in any situation. This situation happens almost every day. No? Then why are you asking wasting our time here? It happens once in a while.
But once or twice
Oh.
a week.
Chalo, once or twice a week.
Yeah. No. Twice.
Huh?
Once or twice a week.
A week. Chalo, theek hai. Chalo, good enough to answer. Right? What I would do is in the morning, when you have time, I will sit with myself and I will imagine this scene happening in the evening. That I am tired. I will feel tired. My child is hungry. I will close my eyes and imagine the full scene. I will imagine this bubbling. That now I'm going to snap at my child. And then I will think instead, what do I do the other 5 days? How do I remain calm? I will think of that scenario that I will bend down to my child's height. I will hold him. I will say, come to the kitchen with mama. You sit here with me. Let's make dinner. Or you say, bend down to the child. You hold him again. and you say, I love you, I want to give you food. Here is something you can play. Okay, and let's do this. Whatever works, I will think about it. And I will think about it 20 times. So I'm going to do this 7-8 minute ka exercise when I am fully calm in the morning and replay this scenario in my head and come to this is happening and I'm calming down and this is what I'm doing. I'm not giving into reaction. I'm doing this response. And I will do this for 1 week. If you try this, you tell me if this worked or not. What you are doing is scientific. What you're doing is changing the neural pathway in your brain. The neural pathway gets activated in this direction where you react. You're saying, when I am hungry, when I am tired, I still want to remain calm. And I'm going to change my brain to do that. And I'm saying all of you can do this for any situation which causes you to react. We drive a car, koi aake aise kaat deta hai. I'm saying you want to, like gali, you want to stare at that person. If that situation you want to solve, you can solve it in this manner. If there is a fear you have in your life, let's say you fear dogs and a dog barks, you jump. If you want to change that, you can use this method. For anything that you want to change in your life, it will work. Guaranteed. You just need 5 minutes a day to practice what would you do in that situation and repeat that 20 times. Do you have any, is there any situation in your life? Many? है? Okay. Husband के साथ तो होती है.
This is every day.
दो बच्चों का हस्बैंड रहते. अच्छा, वो आपने ये नहीं बोला हमारे घर में 3 बच्चे हैं, 2 बच्चे और एक बड़ा वाला. पहले मम्मी ने छोड़ दिया, अब मैं संभाल रही हूँ. But would you like to try this? Okay. So if you try this, if it works or doesn't work, will you tell me? I think it will 100% work. Yeah. So you can message me on Instagram. Any of you who tries it for your situation, can I request that you try it for a week and you send me a message on Instagram to tell me if it worked or not for you? Okay, tell me the situation, tell me what you thought and what changed.